Nearest and Dearest, B584, number 4, part 1, take 1.
Duke of Edinburgh. Stan, I asked you to look like a commissionaire, not bloody Major Barbara.
Well, it were hard to dish in my home guard jacket, but I keep my horse warm with that.
I've got a dozen birds coming in here this morning. They've not come here to be saved. We'll have that off for a start.
Hey, I wonder what you and Ellie think about you taking on the secretary behind her back.
What the hell's he got to do here? I'm gaffer, aren't I?
Ah, when she's away.
Ah, well, by the time she's finished with my anti-mate, Cleveley's, they'll be too late to do nothing about it, won't they? I'll have a real secretary in here doing everything for me. And typing as well. So you can start showing them in. Let's have the info on the first little nympho.
She's called Miss Lavia.
Oh, la belle française, eh? A Danish bit. Now, look here. When they come in, like, when they start showing the talent in, would you mind not calling me young Eli?
Oh?
No, call me something like, well, anything you like Sir.
Righto, Sir Young Eli.
Huh. Won't you sit down, Miss Lavia? Are you comfortable? Good. Have an Harry rag. Would you, like a light, would you? There you go. Right, now, Miss Lavia, would you like to come and sit over here? I've got something I'd like you to take down. Come in, Commissioner. Come in, Miss Lavia. I'm very pleased to...
I've been followed with a fella. All the way from Cleveley's. On the bus. I could feel his hot breath on my neck. And he were 4 seats behind me. Still there. He nearly had me at the corner of Brick Street. I caught my foot in a nick.
Did you want to put an advert in paper, Miss Pledge?
You what?
Did you want to put an advert in paper?
Oh, yes, I want to put one in his smalls. In memorandum.
In memorial.
Yeah. Hey, there's a woman, another one there. He's talking to a woman. She's put her arm through his, and they're walking away. Ooh, aren't women awful? Ooh.
What advert did you want to put in? Your Eli's already been in.
Has he? What's he been up to then while I've been away?
Situation's vacant.
What? In our factory?
Yes.
Opportunity knocks. Young vital pickle magnet seeks personal private secretary opposite sex, naturally, with view to see how it goes. But he'll need a box, something more than a box when I get hold of him, and it'll have a lid on, I'll tell you.
You've forgotten your in memoriam.
I'm afraid you're not quite what I'm looking for.
Why not?
Well, I mean, you don't speak Hindustani, do you, for a start?
But the advertisement didn't say anything about Hindustani.
Oh, we have to have Hindustani. I mean, we've got customers in every corner of Europe. Yes, I mean, I can't hang around while you look up the Hindustani for Piccadilly, can I? No, you run along and work on it. And come back, will you? That's the idea. In about 40 years' time. What's the right chamber of horrors? I wonder who's next on the Miss Slag Heap competition. Aye, the winner, Miss Slaggy, 1968.
Who do you think you are? Patrick Tidemark? Sykes, sitting there like a big business typhoon? And what's all this language, eh? Eli Pledge, FERPS.
F-R-P-S.
Thank you.
Fellow of the Royal Picklers Society.
Well, you're not a member of that.
I am. I'm the first.
Eli Pledge. To what depths are you going to sink?
Well, I thought you were with me Auntie May in Cleveland having a freak out.
Well, I had to come away, so I went.
Why?
Well, she dropped dead last night.
Oh, what a shame. Well, there's my holidays gone for a bloody Burton.
Oh, she were gone before she knew we were going. And I nearly caught up with her, too, when I found out what you were doing, too. Advertising for young girls. We can't afford some flighty bit to be sat sitting there on her brains and tittying herself up just to squiggle a few lines.
Squiggly lines, squiggly lines. Shorthand, short house.
We have a secretary, don't we?
Oh, we have we?
We always have had, yes.
Talk about keep it dark, it's a black pudding. Where the hell does she work?
It's on the red cabbage machine.
What? Are they called Scarlett O'Hara?
No, Bertha Birtwistle. Oh, lovely hand. She has it off.
How do you know? Have you caught her red-handed?
Don't be awful. No, I mean, she writes beautiful, you know, really, with semicomas and explanation marks and punctualitations and...
Oh, shut up. If you ask me, Bertha's caught a dose of the writer's scrap.
Wash your mouth out. She's a clean living girl.
All I can say, Nellie, is that since our dad died, Bertha hasn't been on job.
Oh.
Have you any idea what this is?
No. Oh. No, what?
That is the pending tray. I would have brought the in tray over, but British Railways refused to do the bloody removal. We are so far behind with our correspondence, it's not true. What about this? Dear sir, regarding your inquiry for the pickle concession at the forthcoming Festival of Britain.
Oh, when is it?
Hello, Miss Nellie.
Hello, what are you supposed to be? Second engineer on a bacon slicer?
Do you like it? Made me a commissar. Just to crack onto them tarts, like.
Tarts. That's his mark. No use sending maids of honour for him.
Hey, there's another one outside.
What's she like?
I don't know. I can only see her shoes from under me hat.
Left hand down a bit, Stan. Sure in. I'd better just look her over, you know.
Look her over. Climb every mountain. Go on, Sir Edmund Hillary.
Well, like, I was wondering, like, love, if you'd, like to... Get out of it. Whether you'd like to, yes, well, have a seat, will you? Sit down there. Oh, I say, yes. Well, now, get out of it. We'll have these off for a start. We don't need those. It's, Miss
Moore.
Any relation to don't have any more, Mrs. Moore?
Miss Nemini Moore.
Nemini. What a pretty name. What you gawking at?
Well, haven't you got something to put to her? I mean, ask her.
Ask her a question. There's only one question I want to ask. When can you start?
As soon as you want me.
Oh, well, that's settled then, isn't it?
Don't be so fast. Aren't you going to test her out?
What? Now? In front of you?
Take down her particulars.
Oh, I don't have to. They're all in order.
Will be.
I don't think I've met this lady.
Well, I suppose you could call her that. Now, let me see. How is it best to describe her? Yes, she's our Miss N. Pledge.
How'd you do?
Breathing.
I thought perhaps it might be Mrs.
Pledge.
You mean my mother?
Can I have a word in your ear hole? In the antechamber room.
You what?
You know, where we executioners go when there's some trouble brewing. In the parlour, you big girl's blouse. Excuse us, Enema.
What's wrong with her?
What's wrong with her? You can tell a mile off what she is. Oh, false hair, false fingernails, and all that cascara on her eyes, and those big things hanging from her ear holes.
Our Nellie's jealous, our Nellie's jealous.
Our jelly is not Nella's. The one thing about me, all mine is my own.
That's because nobody else will have it.
I say, we are not spending our good pickling money on wages on that painted piece. What have you got to say to that?
Well, Nellie, looking at it from every angle, and I am looking at it from every angle, she starts tomorrow. Ah, now, where would you like it, love? Would you like it by the window or with your back to the fire?
Well, it'd be nice here, but this is in the way.
Oh, that's our Nellie's rubber plant. Chuck it out at window.
Are you sure?
Aye, it's senile. It's sucking all the goodness out the air.
It does look a bit evil.
It strangled cat last week, did that?
Hey, Nemini Nonix. And might I ask who's flitting? I mean, why and to where?
Nemini is flitting to into here. It's a new office.
Oh, yeah? What, in my parlour? Says who?
Says me, as joint managing director, so get knotted.
She's not bringing her bits and pieces into my parlour where my dad was lying dead.
Well, you never use it.
Well, parlours are not for using. I mean, they're for keeping.
For what?
Things. Not things like that, either. The funerals and when it's our turn to have them at Christmas.
All right. Like me Auntie May, who sang one chorus of I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, not soot fell down bloody chimney.
Well, this is not an office, and she can go to the factory.
Hey, come here, the Norma Zurich. She's a private secretary, right?
Right.
She's got to have privacy, right?
Right.
That's the law, right?
Right.
1950s Act, the Parliamentary Act of 1955, right?
Right.
Right. Warehouses and offices outside lavatories.
That's where she can go.
Where?
Outside lavatory. Right?
Get flushed. Come in.
I found it, Eli. That writing machine.
All right.
I were holding down the roof of your dad's pigeon loft.
I hope he doesn't write pidgin English. It's a joke. Put it there, Bert.
Bert.
Bert. Down, Bert, down. I'll stop your bones.
Right, come on, love. Let's get working. Come on. Get round there, Nemini. There we are. Now. Miss Nemini needs a chair. Miss M. Pledge, would you get Nemini a chair, please?
Mr. Eli Pledge, take a double-breasted bowl of chalk and get one yourself.
Charming, isn't it, now? Right. Sit yourself down, love. There we go. I want you to do a memo from the senior executive to all the working classes over there.
I wonder why young Eli keeps writing to us instead of coming across yard to tell us.
Well, he's got that young lady to do all his letters for him.
Oh, aye.
Now, he's got to have someone to write to, hasn't he?
Aye.
And we're the only people he knows. What's this about? Re-suggestion box to the person who put a suggestion in last week. Same to you, only double, signed Eli.
Now, come on, then. Hey, come on. Have you fell out with your work, have you? Get over to that beetroot. You don't expect it to jump in the jars itself, do you? You don't find me stood standing gawking at all this rubbishy things our Eli's writing on that board. What's this now? Memo to somebody who's taking these memos off the notice board. If this memo is not here when I come across the yard to read it, I'll know somebody has took it. Our Nelly. Jelly belly. Two can play at that game. Shakespeare!
Nearest and Dearest, take a letter, P584, stroke 4, part 2, take 1.
Oh, you're there. Excuse me, but if it's not too much trouble and it won't sprain you too much, take too much of a time up, and when you've stopped tittying your hair up, could you do some secretarying for me?
But Mr. Pledge has taken me to lunch.
Ooh. First of all, you take over my parlour. And then, it's free dinners, eh? Get writ. Go on. Now, you understand English, I take it? Put a big piece in, because I want this thing to tell our Eli a memo. I mean, Mr. Eli Pledge.
Charming man.
Yes, I'm sure you would think he's an illegitimate bachelor.
Strange he hasn't married yet.
Well, the one he marries, you know, would have to carry him over the threshold every night. Still, that wouldn't be too much for you, would it?
I think he's getting to the age when he'd like to settle down.
Oh, what makes you think that?
Just a look he has in his eyes.
Well, I've never seen him lately.
Sometimes his eyes remind me of Christopher Plummer's when he was proposing to Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music.
Funny. They look more to me like the hound in The Hound of the Baskerville.
Now, did you enjoy that, love?
Oh, Eli, it was really super.
Do you think so?
You do handle yourself well in restaurants. It's the little touches, like when you told them off for not pouring the lager out of basket.
Oh, they've no idea. Did you like the sweet?
Delicious. What was it called?
La noisette à tour de Paris, Alamet Campari du Pan.
What was it?
Treacle pudding. Oh, they always finish off with that in France, you know, yes. But if you like that, you'll love this club tonight. They've got the most marvellous cook. He was the head chef with Onassis.
Aristotle Onassis? That Greek with the big yacht?
No, Fred Onassis, he's got a black pudding stall in Accrington.
She's back. Never mind, love, I can see us in that club tonight. In a corner cubicle away from the madding crowd. Ah, yes. Wonderful, with you beside me in the wilderness, and only the song of a bird. You know where that came from, don't you?
No.
The Rubaiyat of Omar Sharif.
Oh, where that came from. Have you had your dinner out? Because it's nearly tea time.
Well, I am not a 9 to 5 man.
No, you're not even a 9 to 9:30 man. Are we having a board meeting or are we not?
We are.
Well, all right then. Stop playing with your gonga and get cracking.
You know naught from nothing, you, and even that bit you forgot. At every board meeting, you're supposed to have a thing called a gavel.
A gravel? What's that?
A gavel. It's a little hammer thing, isn't it, Nemini? And you bring the board meeting to order with it.
You tried to tell me that a gentleman like Sir Cyril Lord goes around with a little hammer, hammering at board meetings. Do you think I came up the Irwell on the first Winkle barge?
No, I think you came up on the bloody nose ark. You've got to do things proper. I haven't got a gavel, so I'm using my little gonger.
Yes, well, all right then, Michael Miles, get gone with it. Right, I vote she gets the sack. All in favour say aye. Aye. Now, I'll beat you to it.
Point of order. You're at a board meeting, not track 1 at White City.
That's you. Always were a bad loser. Oh, even when we were kids and I beat you at draft, you cried your eyes out.
Point of order. What about me dad, when he beat you at Snakes and Ladders? What did you do? You ran out the house and shouted through letterbox to him, bomb!
That's not right. Strike that out of the record.
We'll have the minutes of the last meeting.
What minutes?
Oh, the minutes of the last meeting me dad wrote. Bert's bringing them over now. Come in.
I think this is the book you wanted, Eli.
All right. Where'd you find it?
I found it in the...
Did you really? He says there might be a few pages missing. All right, Bert, you can hop it. This book is highly confidential.
Oh, that's all right, Eli. They say it's very boring anyway.
What do you want, Lady Chatterley's lover?
Now, the minutes of the last meeting. May the 10th, 1926. Bloody hell. Well, anyway, it says here, in accordance with the general strike that's not... Get out of it. In accordance with the general strike that's now going on, Pledges Pure of Pickles have decided the government is wrong in having all these lockouts and should have had lock-ins.
My dad knew politics. He could have been a mason.
And it says, hey, we can't have a board meeting.
Why not?
Well, it's the way he ends up. I, Joshua Pledge, being of unsound mind, and I'm going to wind the company up, and so, to all my shareholders...
What does he mean?
It means what it says it means. And he's underlined it twice.
And I swallowed it twice. I don't understand.
No, you wouldn't, would you? It means that we can't have a board meeting, we're out of order, Nemini stays.
Oh, you knew this all the time, didn't you? You snake in the woodpile.
Don't blame me, blame him up there.
Oh, I'll get you for this, me dad. What are you doing? Why couldn't you rewind the company instead of leaving me all alone and out of order?
Hey, you want to be careful, he'll come down and shout bum through your letterbox.
Must have been K-Lide when you made this, you know. Like where you were when you made that will as well.
Steady on, Nellie.
I'm not stopping with you for another 5 years. Do you hear me? For another 5 years without any money.
What? You mean he's got no money?
Oh, take the notes of her. She's rambling. She's got hot flushes. My credit's good.
Oh, that's you. Do it now, pay later. 5 years later.
You didn't tell me that.
No, perhaps they didn't tell you a lot of things. I mean, who gets him gets me as well. We've got to live together for 5 years. That's right. That's how he made his will. God forgive him.
I doubt if they've ever met.
Is it possible?
Hey, you're not going, are you?
You don't think I've stopped here because of the working conditions, do you?
Oh, push off. Nellie, you don't think she wanted me just for my money, do you?
Oh, no. No, I think she wanted you for your body.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure of it, really, because only this morning she said he's got the body of an 18-year-old. Pit pony.
Oh, dear, I don't know. 400 quid's worth of new equipment, and I didn't even get a nibble. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I can't make it work.
Don't worry. I got you somebody.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I think we ought to have a secretary with all this paperwork, you know. All those betting slips to make out and those parking offences to answer.
Do you really mean it, Anneli? Can I have a secretary, Anneli? Can I, Anneli?
Yeah, I got one this morning. Yeah, signed on for a year. Should be here by now. It's 1:45. I must get a little hand put on this watch. Come in. Ah, there you are, Willoughby.
Willoughby?
Take a seat, Willoughby. Take a memo. Dear our Eli. How about that then?
Nearest and Dearest, P584, number 4, part 1, take 1.
Mr. Young Eli.
The Duke of Edinburgh. Stan, I asked you to look like a commissionaire, not bloody Major Barbara.
Well, it were hard to dish in my home guard jacket, but I keep my horse warm with that.
I've got a dozen birds coming in here this morning. They've not come here to be saved. We'll have that off for a start.
Hey, I wonder what you and Ellie think about you taking on the secretary behind her back.
What the hell's he got to do here? I'm gaffer, aren't I?
Ah, when she's away.
Ah, well, by the time she's finished with my auntie-mate, Cleveley's, they'll be too late to do nothing about it, won't they? I'll have a real secretary in here doing everything for me. And typing as well. So you can start showing them in. Let's have the info on the first little info.
She's called Miss Lavia.
Oh, la belle française, eh? A Danish bit. Now look here. When they come in, like, when they start showing the talent in, would you mind not calling me young Eli?
Oh?
No, call me something like, well, anything you like Sir.
Righto, Sir Young Eli.
Huh. Won't you sit down, Miss Lavia? Are you comfortable? Good. Have an hurry rag. Would you like a light? Would you? There you go. Right, now, Miss Lavia, would you like to come and sit over here? I've got something I'd like you to take down. Come in.